Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. And of course the big news today, as it was yesterday, is all about Alexis Sanchez. Now, the new development in the story that Manchester United are now also in the running to try and sign Alexis Sanchez. They've apparently made an inquiry, willing to pay £25 million, which is more than what City are willing to pay. City are said to be willing to pay 20 million. Arsenal want up towards 30 million for them to sell him. And Alexis Sanchez is kicking back with a cigar in his mouth thinking, whichever way, whatever happens, I'm the winner. Walk away at the end of the season for nothing, I win. Get a big signing on fee. Go to join Manchester City, I win. I get to play with Pep Guardiola, I get to win things. Go to join Manchester United, I win. I get loads of money, be in the Champions League next season for sure. It's an utter mess. And Arsene Wenger was asked about it in his press conference. I've got his quote here. Asked about the Manchester United interest, and he said, I cannot say more about the situation. Nothing is concrete at the moment. I don't want to give the wrong information. Nothing is decided. He's asked about a bidding war there. He says, it's always beneficial to the club who can take advantage. I maintain that I've said many times that he should stay until the end of the season, but we will see. What a disgraceful situation that Arsenal have got themselves into over this whole Alexis Sanchez thing. Because we didn't act decisively in the summer. When he said clearly he wanted to leave, we've left it. Now he could be on the verge of signing for Manchester United. There's even talk that Man United might offer Mkhitaryan as part of the deal. I don't know if that's true, but there's lots of speculation flying around. But it's just, I'm really angered and humiliated by the situation that our best player is now, you've got two clubs out there that are supposedly our rivals. I don't even know if they're our rivals no more because the way in which we behave, about to get, one of those two will get our best player. Again, the Van Persie thing, when he went to Manchester United, Arsene Wenger, Gazidis, these guys said, listen, this won't happen again, but it's happened again now. We've got the same situation with Alexis Sanchez. And Arsene Wenger, there was a quote from him, let me see if I can find it here, about the contract problems. Can Arsenal avoid a repeat of these contract problems? And he says, I don't regret it. So in other words, he's saying he doesn't regret it, or he's trying to say that, almost what he's saying there is there's no blame on him or the board for the situation. If you cannot give players what they want, they won't sign a new deal. It's something that cannot change. Now, you're supposed to get the club in a position where these guys want to stay. Why didn't we do a deal with these guys 18 months ago? I remember clearly speaking to John Smith, the football agent, that we've had on the show a couple of times, who's brilliant on these sort of things. And he clearly said that he's worried. He goes, we've got players at Arsenal who've only got 18 months left on their contract and they haven't entered into any negotiations yet. Now, what you're supposed to do, and what all the other clubs do around Europe, all the other top clubs, what they do is when you're sort of drafting down to that period, 18 months, you go along and you talk to the player and you say, listen, right, we want to offer you a new deal to stay, right? And that's where you come in with the big money. Not lastminute.com, what Arsenal tried to do. As usual, do it on the tight, with the money, last minute. You go in at that time and you say to Alexis Sanchez, we're going to make you the highest paid player at Arsenal. We're going to offer you £250,000, £300,000 a week, more than treble your contract that you're on right now to stay at the club because we see you as the future of the club. Yeah? Then if he turns around at that stage and says no, then you start looking at replacements and you've got lots of time to do it. But now, what did Arsenal do? They waited and they waited and they waited. Then they started talking to them at the end of last season about contracts. And then these guys are basically, well, you know what? I've only got a year left. It's all in my court. I'll wait and see what happens. I'll wait and see what happens with the team. I'll wait and see who you sign. I'll wait and see what the situation is with the club, where we finish. Will we be in the Champions League? Will the manager stay? Are you going to invest? Which basically it's been a complete mess. And those players have turned around and said, well, actually, you know what? I'm 28, 29 years of age. Do you know what? I could stay here and it's the same old, same old. Or I can go and play for Manchester City where I can win things. Or I can go and play for Man United where I'll win things and I'll always be in the spotlight. It's no regret, Arsene Wenger. It's your fault. It's Ivan Gazidis' fault. It's Stan Kroenke's fault. It's everybody who's got something to do with the running of the transfers and the running of Arsenal Football Club. It's an absolute disgrace. The people that are paying the price for it are the fans that turn up every week, that are loyal, that were told really, now they were deceived when they were told that we were going to move to this stadium and we were going to be like the new Bayern Munich of England. We have gone backwards, right? When we was at Highbury, nobody was picking off our best players like this. Now we got Man United and Man City about to sign our best player. And it is disgraceful. And no amount of excuses and no amount of, you know, it's the situation with contracts. Why is it not happening to Man United? Why is it not happening to Man City? It's not even happening at Tottenham. It's not even happening at Tottenham. Danny Rose was moaning about the money at Tottenham, but they can hold on to him because they've got all their players signed up to long-term contracts. Every club in Europe right now would like to have Harry Kane, but he doesn't want to go because he sees there's ambition at the club. Even though he's not getting nowhere near the money he could get elsewhere, he sees there's ambition at the club. They're moving forward. They're looking to improve things. They've got stable management. There's no excuses. This club is a shambles and a mess at the moment. And until something is done about it, we're going to keep losing our players. We're not a big club at the moment. We're not behaving like a big club. We're not. When big names are becoming available for 100 million and that, we ain't even got a chance of signing these guys when we should. We've got 2 billionaires on our board, not millionaires, not your local butcher who's got a bit of money and is a millionaire and wanted to, like in the old days, and invested a little money in the club. We've got 2 billionaires, not 1 billion either they've got. They've got multiple billions in their bank account, refusing to work with each other, the two of them. Yeah? We got people who don't want to invest the right amount of money. We've got a manager who's always too tight to go out there and buy the players that we need. He doesn't want to spend £100 million. He wouldn't have bought Van Dijk for 70 million because he would have just said, no, too much for a defender. Rather than looking on it and say, well, you know what, it's too much for a defender, but actually, we really, really need a defender right now. So we're just going to have to swallow this one up. And we're going to have to go out there and get him and, you know, have to make a saving elsewhere or something. We ain't got that right now. We haven't got a team that are brave enough. And when I say team, I mean a management team that are brave enough to make big decisions. Like with Alexis last year and Ozil, that you say to these guys, you sign in? If not, cash in on them, both of them, 60 million for you, 50 million, whatever, and then go out there and replace them. That's what the big clubs do. Players that hold Real Madrid to ransom, Barcelona to ransom, Manchester United to ransom, Manchester City to ransom. They don't hold those clubs to ransom. They don't tell those clubs what they're doing. Those clubs tell them, we're getting rid of you. See you later. Well, you want to go where? No, you ain't going there. You're staying here. Or if you are going, you're going to have to pay a king's ransom to get, you know, this player. Like Neymar going to, you know, they met his release clause, right? He went to PSG, but they had to pay a king's ransom. And then what have they done? They've gone and replaced him with 2 players, Coutinho, right? And the other lad that they bought in from Borussia, Dembele from Borussia Dortmund. Honestly, man, I'm just so angry this morning and so fed up, and I'm sure a lot of fans out there are the same, that they're just fed up with our transfer dealings. I've been doing this show now for the 5 years that we've been doing ArsenalFanTV, and every single time it's the same rubbish I hear from Arsene Wenger and the board, and then with this and with that. And what have they done? What have they done? They bought in Alexis Sanchez, great signing. They don't secure these guys down. We've got Ramsey and Welbeck They're on 18 months. What's happening with them? Has anything been negotiated with them? Honestly, honest to God, it's just a total mess. I mean, we were being told yesterday, heavy links with this kid Malcolm, who plays for Bordeaux. I was chatting about him yesterday. Again, a lot of people suggesting that he's going to be the guy that will come in to replace Alexis. He's only 20 years of age, but a really talented player. Also have reportedly been talking with Bordeaux on a £30 million move. Arsene Wenger asked about Malcolm at his press conference, said he's a good player, but nothing is happening. We're not on that case at the moment, all right? The usual. Theo Walcott, what's happening with him? Is he staying or is he going? Arsene Wenger at his press conference, I cannot tell you much at the moment. Sam has made his statement, but Theo is here. Everybody wants to play. He went on to say that he wants Theo Walcott to stay, but he realises that Theo Walcott, this is a World Cup year, and Theo Walcott wants to play in the World Cup, so he understands that. So, in other words, basically what he's saying is he will be going. Sam Allardyce has already said quite clearly that they're after Theo Walcott at Everton. Now, listen, if Theo Walcott goes, are we going to replace him? Arsene Wenger said they're looking at defenders, forwards, midfielders. We're on the case, as he says. I don't know what case he's on, right? Because the case that we always seem to be on, I don't know, that case, I don't know, man. I don't know. If you compare cases, Manchester City, Man United, you know, those sort of teams, they got like Louis Vuitton, Gucci cases. We got like, you know, our cases from Primark. You know, that's... Francis Coquelin left the club yesterday. Official, signed for Valencia. Again, another shock that we've let go him. He's a defensive midfielder, done really, you know, he done his bits for Arsenal. He always gave 100%. I'll always like Coquelin, and I think, you know, great servant to the club. But again, real shock that he just went. He actually said yesterday that I wanted to go, I wish I'd have gone sooner, he said. Flipping hell. Coquelin, I wish I'd have gone sooner. Oh, it's a mess. Robbie, keep your cool, man. Relax, chill, don't get too angry. But he's gone. And he's signed officially for Valencia. Are we going to get a replacement defensive midfielder? Arsene Wenger talking about, you know, Maitland-Niles stepping into that. Right, so Julian Draxler linked with Arsenal again today. Would be a great player to bring in, sort of player that would be a perfect replacement for guys like Theo Walcott. He was yesterday seen at an NBA game that took place in London, 76ers versus the Boston Celtics. He was there with Koscielny, Bellerin, Monreal, and Kolasinac, sparking sort of people saying that he could be on his way, but nothing seems clear on that. And finally, links today again to Riyad Mahrez. Now, Riyad Mahrez, Liverpool said to be in talks with Riyad Mahrez, but Mahrez is apparently saying that he would rather come to Arsenal. At the moment, I don't know why, but he'd rather come to Arsenal. And if that's true, that is the sort of player who we should be running to go and bring in to replace Theo Walcott. Get 25 million, 30 million for Theo Walcott, add 20 million on top, which they've got, by the way, because remember, we sold Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I haven't forgotten about that money. Yeah, I ain't forgotten about that 40 million, right? Use that and go and get Riyad Mahrez. Go and bring in Riyad Mahrez on one wing. You've got other Welbecks and people like that can play on the other wing. Mahrez, that could help us to get through to the end of the season until we can... You can tell I'm not happy this morning. What do you guys think? I want you to tell me in the comments below, what do you think of the situation at Arsenal Football Club as regarding transfers? It is appalling. Honestly, I just, you know, I've got Man United fans calling me up, Robbie, what's going on at your club? Even they feel sorry. You know, the worst thing about it is like they feel sorry for us. They want Alexis, but it's almost like they're like, nah, you know what? I can't. I feel sorry for you, man. How many players wanting, the top players are wanting to leave Man United right now and saying, I want to go? And how many players want to leave Arsenal? And that tells you all you need to know about the state of the club. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget, we've got our big celebration. We're celebrating 5 years of ArsenalFanTV, and we're going to be doing a big celebration at YouTube on the 7th of February. It's a big, big celebration. We're going to be inviting some fans to it. Next week, I'm going to be giving you information on how you can get one of those golden tickets to come along to the event. It's a limited amount of tickets, but it's going to be a big event. We're going to be filming it live. We're going to be doing a Q&A. We're going to have lots of celebrity guests there, fans that we've interviewed over the years. It's going to be a really, really massive event, right? So that's taking place on the 7th of February. Big announcements on that next week. And I want to invite along some fans and some subscribers that have helped us to get where we have got to. I'm so grateful to all of the subscribers and to all of the people that watch our content on a regular basis. Without you, there is no ArsenalFanTV. It's all about you. We respect you guys. The club may not respect the fans all the time in the way they deal with things, but we respect you. So more information on that next week, but thanks for watching the show. Is what it is, man.
Subscribe to ArsenalFanTV.